Hi, friends and family. Tonight's Thursday Night Thought is filmed in our sunroom. And the reason I chose this location to film from is because I believe this topic is a topic that needs to be brought out into the open. It's a topic that we need to be able to talk about. And this topic was brought on through a conversation that I had with a reader this week. And this reader was very candidly sharing with me her experience of when she was 9 years old and she was molested by her 15-year-old babysitter. And as she was sharing with me the story, she connected to some of the reasons why she has issues around her sexuality now at the age of 63. She shared something that I believe a lot of women who have been through sexual trauma will not admit. And that is that there's an element that can happen during sexual trauma where a woman experiences a desire to be loved, to be connected, to be worthy, to be valued. And things become conflicted when they receive this attention and receive this love through an act of giving their body. The guilt that can be associated with this experience is massive. I write about how a sexually traumatic experience can be something that happens in moments of a woman's life. However, that one experience can scar a woman emotionally and spiritually, in the mind, for years. And I think the reason this can happen is because we do not talk about this subject. We do not talk about the fact that in that situation, it is natural and it is normal for a girl or a woman to want to desire to be loved, to desire to be accepted. That is normal and a part of our human makeup. And this little girl at the age of 9 years old, she didn't have a father in her life to give her love, to give her acceptance. She didn't have a male figure to give that to her. And so in this experience, she confused the fact that I'm receiving this love, I'm receiving this attention, and yet I feel guilty for that desire. And the guilt has now been placed on the experience that she felt like she had to give her body in order to receive that love, in order to receive that attention, that connection. Do you see the issue? We have to be able to talk about the fact that we are humans and we have that desire. And even in a sexual trauma, there may be feelings of sexual energy that come up through the body. And if we have attached a belief that experiencing that sexual energy and desiring connection and desiring to feel loved and to feel worthy is wrong, we are going to take that into the rest of our life. And we are going to take that experience and shut down an authentic part of ourselves that is so dangerous to shut down. Because what I am extremely passionate about is the fact that I have discovered that when I was able to heal myself from that sexual trauma and be able to feel that sexuality come up, that life force come up within my body again, and not be ashamed of it, this is when I was able to tap into my intuition. Yet if I would have gone through the rest of my life and had guilt around that, like this woman at the age of 63, I can't imagine. So my passion is to bring this out in the open. My passion is to say, if you have been through a sexual trauma, and it was a sexual trauma where you experienced pleasure, or you experienced the ability to feel loved and to feel accepted, or you experienced sexual energy coming up through your body, there is nothing wrong with that. That is who we are as humans, and that is our human desire to be loved. We have to be able to talk about that. And then we have to be able to come to a point where we find forgiveness, not only for the other person that was involved, but for ourselves. And when I came to that point in my life, I was able to open up a part of my sexuality, a part of the sexual energy that comes through me, a part of this desire to be loved and accepted. And by tapping into that sexual energy is how I was able to tap in to my intuition that gives me all of that. I am not going to find that in my marriage. I am not going to find that from another individual. The way to authentically find that is to be able to find that within ourselves. No woman should feel guilty about the desire to express her sexual energy, or to feel desired and to feel loved. Ever. And it is my desire to share my story in order to encourage others that we truly can forgive ourselves and live in that place of sexual energy and enjoy that attention and that worthiness and feel it in a space where we don't have to be afraid anymore. Because our intuition is there to protect us. Because we are loved and we are worthy. It's a difficult Thursday night thought, but it's definitely one that we need to be talking about. So, thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to sharing our next Thursday night thought together.